Hey, yo, we're live, man. Yo, what's good? It's your boy Mark the Protege with my boy DJ Mo.
Mo CD. What's up? What up, people? What's good?
Yes, and we are the Overthinkers podcast. Hashtag the OT, where we got to ask ourselves, did we think too much about it or not enough about it? And we are here with a good friend. I don't even want to call him a guest, dog.
He's not.
I kind of don't want to do that, bro. Like, this is literally family right here. This is a brother of mine. Like, literally, bro. Like, this is one of my best friends. Everybody, I introduce y'all to a dope-ass artist, probably the dopest artist I personally know, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to this hip-hop shit that I've been able to meet and greet, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, Kevin Durham.
Kevin motherfucking Durham in the building. Whoop, whoop.
What's happening?
What's good?
Good to be here,
Kev
man.
D.
Kev, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. I'm with my family.
Yeah.
Sipping on
Get closer to the mic.
Oh,
yeah. You gotta get up in there, man.
I'm
There
a
you
rookie in this, but
Nah, you good.
I'm with my family. You know what I'm saying? So that's
love.
always a good thing.
How'd your week go? Well, how has it been going so far? I forgot we do this on Tuesdays.
Yeah. Life's good.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Life's good, man.
That's good. Mo, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm chilling. I was anticipating this day because we already knew how this was gonna be.
Yeah,
So,
man.
oh,
Fucking Kev came in here. Somebody need to silence the phone. Was that you?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I got a new thing though. I'm not silencing my phone anymore. I want when my listeners hear that I'm on, I want them to feel like they're on too.
Oh, 100. We're all on. I'm on right now. I'm on fucking Maker's Mark. Fucking Kev pulled up with a bottle, man.
That means this could go 2 hours.
Oh, man, it could, man. It could, man. So we here, real quick, we're going to touch on a few things. I had some pretty cool things happen. If you want to chime in, Kev, feel free. You know what I'm saying? Pour up, have fun. Real quick, we're going to chime in on a few things. So recently, I was actually given the opportunity on behalf of the Overthinkers podcast to be part of a Def Jam album listening session. And you're familiar with Dave East from Def Jam?
Yeah, we opened up for him.
Yeah. Oh, no shit. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Kev joined in on that show with me. We'll touch on that later or whatnot. So I was able to be a part of that and whatnot. His new album just came out called Karma 3. And before it dropped, man, one of my homies hit me up. Shout out to Smooth Vega. Smooth Vega, he runs a podcast called Nothing Beats Experience. He's actually was the promoter of that show that we had with Dave East. Right. And his company's called Premier Live that's put together those shows or whatever. And yeah, man, he threw me the assist and he said, hey, man, he's like, yo, this still Mark? I was like, yeah, what's up? He was like, I see you doing your podcast thing. He was like, you know what I'm saying, looking good. Hey, man, I got this going on, got these few opportunities. I was like, yeah. I was like, bro, I'm there. Don't worry about it. So I was able to pour up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I never had like an industry moment like that.
It already happened?
Yeah.
Dave East was there?
No, he was. So they did it virtually.
Oh, okay.
You know, due to COVID and whatever. But yeah, he was there. He was chopping it up. He was answering our questions and everything. So, and on top of that, like, even after the event, you know what I'm saying, some Def Jam people were like, and I'm not trying to give like the full scoop, but Vega said I could talk about it, so it's fine. But like, you know what I'm saying, they were just like, oh, and if y'all stay a little bit longer, we have another artist that's about to come on that we're trying to push, and we were wondering what y'all would think about her new project. Just a new artist, they're just like starting out and developing. So it's like, man, it was like my first like real like industry experience. And guess what? That did not happen as a rapper. Yo, it be like that, fam. That's so wild. And like,
say,
you know,
they say you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So, you know, it's about just enjoying the ride. That's dope, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
and his album's really dope, man. When y'all get a chance, Karma 3's out now. He has this dope track with Popcorn, the reggae artist. Reggae artist? Yeah, man. And that sounded super dope. It reminded me of like that vibe that like Jay had when he did the Damian Marley track on 444. But this is Dave E, so it's a little bit more I guess trap friendly, I guess you would say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and whatnot. He has a remake of Heart of the City by remember Jay-Z's Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City. Yeah. Well, he remade it with Trey Songz, and that's just like one of the best songs on the album, man. Okay. And get this, Dave East actually got some dope ass production from DJ Paul 36 Mafia. And it's like New York meets this crunk ass fucking sound with Juicy J and whatnot, and 3-6 Mafia vibes and shit. And Paul's on the production, man, and it's fucking sick.
Yeah, that's super live.
It's saying low. I don't know if it's talking about this or that.
Oh, it's talking about that. Okay. Yeah, I promise you. Yeah. Yeah, man, and it's super dope. It was super dope to hear that. Dave actually sounded really. I was kind of skeptical at first. It's like, yo, how can an artist from that side, from New York, be able to hop on some like Memphis, you know what I'm saying, crunk shit and whatever. But man, he got on that whole Young Dolph's on it as well. So, you know, Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying, pause, but he slid in that shit like nothing, you know what I'm saying, just skated all over that bitch. And yeah, man, and it's a dope album, you know what I'm saying, it's only 15 tracks. He has a song with Mary J on there that's reminiscent. You know, when Mary J gets on the fucking, on the features, like, you know what I'm saying, when I heard this track, it reminded me of like the documentary when Game had Mary J. I think he had her on a few tracks.
Well, I know he
had on Hate Her to Love It, and
remix,
then Don't Need Your I Don't Need Your Love.
Yeah.
Whatever. So it's very reminiscent of that time. You get a whole lot of vibes on this, so y'all be sure to check that out when you get a chance. Shout out to Smooth Vega.
They need to cut you a check for that because I'm hyped as hell.
Hey, man, do it, man. Do it.
He's got some cool things.
Hey, man, I'm a media guy now. This is what I do. Media guy / rapper. I'm still rapping in this bitch. Y'all got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yeah, man. And new Drake came out. Drake came out called Laugh Now, Cry Later. Were y'all able to hear it yet?
I
you haven't heard it?
I just heard it. I can't come up with a.
Sounds like God's Plan Part 2.
I ain't gonna lie, it does. I mean, Drake at that level now, man. It's
you know,
he can throw out A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
To me, I feel like Drake's at a comfortable place right now, man. And I think it's only gonna work out for his artistry.
Right.
Like whatever flaws people may have said about his last few albums,
Yeah.
I think now that he's gonna be in a comfortable space, you know,
I think
it's weird.
I think he's been there.
Yeah.
Ever since.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so, man. I mean, look at his conflicts he had with like certain things like
Kevin getting a lot of love in the comments.
that's love, man.
Hey, shout out to everybody showing love.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, keep showing love. Stay tuned. We're literally going to touch on these few topics, and then we're going to go straight to Kev. You know what I'm saying? I just had to do my media thing real quick, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. But please, by all means, man. So, yeah, man, new Drake track. It, to me, overall, good. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. I wish the bars were open. I wish the clubs were open to be able to experience it and have it like that and whatnot. Lil Durk is actually on the song, believe it or not. Yeah, that was super cool.
I was listening to it, but I didn't get to hear his verse. I don't know. I actually like Lil Durk.
It's only like 20 seconds long.
And the Lil Durk,
people are petitioning for him to have a longer verse. Like people actually started a petition. Yeah.
I mean, but it kind of fits, especially the music Lil Durk makes now. His sound that fits him and Drake. That fits
100.
Because he don't rap like that 300 gang no more. So like
Evolution, man.
He do a lot of
Evolution.
So it fits perfectly.
Evolution, man. You know what I'm saying? That's out. And real quick, Nas is dropping an album, all produced by Hit Boy. It's dropping Friday. He ain't holding no punches. Like he straight up just said, "Hey, man." Like I think they released the trailer like last week. And just say, hey, we're dropping. He actually put together merch for it and everything. So Nas is 100% behind this project. Like with his Kanye album, I don't know what happened, but I like the album. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It just didn't seem like the energy was there enough. But this one, Nas is definitely. He's asking if you want some. He's definitely putting some. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's worth us really, really getting behind and whatnot. Yeah. He dropped a song called Ultra Black. And it's exactly like the title says. You know what I'm saying? It is like super ultra black. It's the season. To the point to where he says...
Opposite of Doja Cat.
Yeah. He says that. He says, this here is ultra black, opposite of Doja Cat.
I seen it on Twitter. Well, I seen them talking about it on Twitter. Like, I think it was today. Yeah, I seen...
Yeah, man. If you haven't heard the single, check it out. But if you're one of those guys that just wants to wait for it within the album, it's just... To me, it's... I just think ultra you know what I'm saying? It just depends how you listen, but it'll make sense there. Like it's a single, but you know, it's definitely gonna be one of the songs that fall within the track list. It could have been
Doja Cat?
It could have been a deep cut.
You mentioned Doja Cat on it?
Yeah. Yeah, man. And he also said that all of us are actually black.
Yeah, for sure.
It's I want to see where the album goes. He had some interesting things to say. And last thing real quick, happy birthday Nipsey Hussle. Happy belated birthday to Nipsey Hussle, man. Can we have a drink to that?
Oh, yeah.
This man would have been 35 years old, man. You know what I'm saying? Too fucking soon, Caleb. Mo.
Oh, yeah.
Mo Caleb. DJ Moesha.
Here he go.
Yeah, man. Nipsey, man, I know that definitely affected you, Kev. When you got the news, I remember me and you just literally going back and forth for like damn near that whole night and that whole week, just literally speaking on Nip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you were putting me on game behind him because I've always known Nip for the music, but then to see all these things that you were sharing about me and why he has even importance to you from all everything within the culture, like how did that affect you?
Yeah. Shoot, I'm holding tears back right now, man. It's like he was just he was necessary.
Very necessary.
You know, like just look at me right now, I got tears in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? So it meant a lot. He was somebody I looked up to. I was listening to him for years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has he the things that he spoke, I took heed, you know what I mean? Like I took notes on the things that he said, you know what I mean? And he comes from a background that's, very similar, the things that I came up with, you know what I mean, as far as family and stuff like that. And, I understood him. It sounded like he understood me. He talks business. I try to mold myself. I try to mold myself to the greats of hip-hop that do things that elevate the game, you know what I mean? Like your Master P's, your Jay-Z's, Currency, Nipsey Hussle, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. I really, like, I'm not, my spirituality, you know what I'm saying? So those are my gods, you know what I mean? Like, people that put stuff on the table, I take heed to what they say. I've always been like a person that looks up to wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and Nip had a lot of that, man. Nip had a lot of that. Not just street smarts, man. You know what I'm saying? This man was very business oriented, looked out for his community, and literally probably could, based on even your music, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like this was a guy that you may have grew up with, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Like, at least it felt that way. He just spoke my language, you know what I'm saying? As somebody that resonated with me, like my wife, she the one that told me, and you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that it happened. I was in the crib, chilling or whatever, and she came out the room. She was like, babe, like, she could tell, like, she about to drop a bombshell on me. Like, I seen her energy. I'm like, what? I'm like, fuck, somebody died. you know what I'm saying? Like, I seen it on her energy, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been together for 10 years, so I know.
You know her.
The energy on her. So I'm like, somebody died, fuck. And she was like, she knew it was going to affect me because I used to show her interviews and this and that from, just upping the guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody I look up to for years, you know what I mean? And she was like, Nip passed. I was like, fuck. Tears ain't drop out my eyes like the first day, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as she told me, I was watching, music videos and music, you know what I mean? Just in my vibe.
Yeah.
I put on some of his music and I was just vibing out to it, you know what I mean? But I didn't know that he had that much of an impact on me until, like, it might have been that weekend when the work week was over. And you got to sit back on it.
Yeah,
and it like dwelled. I was like dwelling in it, you know what I mean? It was the funeral when I was watching the funeral. Yeah. Bawled my fucking eyes out. I was boo-hooing like a motherfucker. Yeah, I was boo-hooing like a motherfucker. But it was weird.
The strength of Lauren London, man.
Yeah, shout out Lauren.
But that's that energy that he gave off to the people around him. You know what I'm saying? You see his mother, you see his father. Like, you see these people.
His mother is beautiful, man. Yeah. Like her spiritual system is in tune with mine. Like, she represents the same thing that I represent. She gets it. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to death, there's nothing that's happening out of divine order. You know what I mean? It's just a cool ride to be on. Life. You know what I mean? Like, so we're just here to.
When would you say was, and if you don't know specifically, when would you say was the first time you discovered Nipsey? If you don't know specifically, maybe time period or maybe a mixtape or something like that.
First time I discovered
to me, I remember seeing him on World Star. I remember, no, I'm lying. I seen him in that Bone Thugs movie. Bone Thugs I Tried. They put out a movie.
I still ain't seen it.
They put out a movie and he has a guest appearance on there. So my first experience was that he was a rapper. Yeah. But when the credits rolled down, it was literally his name, Nipsey Hussle. And so I was like, there's no way his last name is Hussle. Yeah. So I looked him up and I found out he was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? From LA and whatever. And from there came World Star, and I started seeing his videos when he was on his independent grind. I seen him on this, I think the first like real song I heard him on, it had to be either Hustle in the House or it had to be this track he has with Wiz Khalifa, French Montana, and I think Currency. I think all four of them on one. Oh no, Big Sean's on it. It's like all four of them on one track, and I think it's Nipsey's song.
Yeah.
And that definitely just put me down the Nipsey wormhole and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot.
Shoot, my first where I first seen him was probably like 2010. I forget. Big Currency and Wiz Khalifa fan.
100.
So the first time I even seen him was that it's popular footage, but like they was in the studio together. It was Wiz, it was Nipsey, and it was Currency. And they was trying to convince Nipsey to stop smoking blunts. It was like Currency was like, bruh, stop smoking that shit. You know what I'm saying? The backwoods or the blunts, he's like, that shit hurt your back. You know, because they joint smokers. You know? I smoke, joints because of them. You know what I mean?
I learned about blunts being bad due to Wiz and them. So I
like
know exactly what you're talking about.
Like So they got me on that. I don't really smoke it if it ain't in papers because of them. So I'm cool. Like I take my lessons in my life. Like I take heed to what the people I look up to, what they do, and I try to duplicate.
Isn't that crazy how like and artist to artist, you know what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy how like, you know what I'm saying, we look at hip hop figures as a OG, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they are.
Teaching us on life and whatever. Like, I remember growing up, people not really understanding when I was, and to this day I say, like, these guys are my superheroes. These people I grow up listening to, watching, you know what I'm saying? They're just as impactful as the people that maybe, in earlier times, you know what I'm saying, that people idolize and we put in history books and yada, yada, yada.
Exactly.
I mean, that's how it works, though. As life goes, as the world gets older, the next generation is learning from something.
Exactly.
So, like,
that you're supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so people claim. Originality is it's a tricky word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a tricky word. Your originality is based on the influences that you embody from the different influences that came into your life from growing up. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of that. Like, I am the embodiment of a Wiz, of a Currency, of a Nipsey, of my grandpa, my grandmother, my mom, my dad, you two. You know what I mean? Like, I grab from everything, and that's what makes me who I am. The things that y'all grab hold to, that's what makes y'all who y'all are. You know what I mean? So it's about just enjoying the experience, and everybody's life paths ain't the same. You know what I mean? So, like, kind of tying this into things that's going on right now, like, I don't judge people, man, like, for being human. You got to give people space to be human because they don't got the same path as you. I'm a young African-American male. Mom and dad met in Brooklyn, New York, had a baby during the birth of hip-hop, had me, so-and-so, you know what I mean? And that was my path. I could have been a Caucasian kid that grew up, soccer practice, yada, yada, but that's not what I got. I got this, you know what I mean? So what you gonna be mad at, the things the path that you didn't get, like, find a way to make your life art. Find a way to make your life beautiful because it's yours. This is yours. You know what I mean? All of us are God experiencing itself. You know what I mean? So that's how cool God is it gets to experience itself in different perspectives. You know what I mean? We having a conversation with itself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's dope about it. So it's about just buckling up, enjoy the ride, and embrace, those things, man.
And when it's positive like that, man, it's just that easier for things to be influenced.
Yes.
Because touching on my background with Nipsey, I first gained notice of him because he was on the freshman XXL with J. Cole, which is my favorite artist.
That was a legendary. I think that was a legendary.
One of the
best. Not to cut you off.
No.
But XXL.
Yeah.
That's when
what
XXL meant. Well, I ain't gonna knock the people that's doing XXL right now. You know what I mean? Like, congratulations to y'all.
That's still a big moment, despite despite how it go. But that's where I gained first notice of him, and like, I wasn't so caught up on his music like that until he kind of passed. But
Shit.
actually,
he had the harder grind to get to your ears, man.
Matter of fact,
real.
I'm not even just gonna say that because it was tracks I knew, and I followed him enough to be able to be impacted from his death. But for me, it was just his business ventures. Actually, he's a big part of one of the real reasons why I started my life and my life changing and how I eat.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And it made a big impact.
Yeah.
So anybody who didn't know me,
he teaching well. What they say, kill Dr. Sebi because he teaching health.
Right, man. So
rest in peace,
wow,
Nipsey,
man.
yeah, so it's crazy in that short period of time. Like you say, you got 10 years of following him. I got like maybe what that was 2014. No, that was 2013, 2014. So I only got like 6-7 years with that.
Yeah.
And so
but
that's how
and
impactful it was.
Powerful,
That's
man.
why it pulls emotion from me because you invested, you've been in it that long,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even without not even distance, like people that obviously when they found out about who Nipsey was,
You're right.
People all over the world, different cultures, creeds, races, like people like felt him, like dang, like looking into him, like this dude was.
And I think that's the beautiful thing, man, is that a lot of people they'll say, don't be bandwagoners now. Don't be this. And my opinion is that, like, Lord forbid anything ever happened to me, right? But like, if something happened to me, and let's just say someone that never shares my music or whatever, but they find out about me, they go through a wormhole. They're like, yo, this local dude was actually kind of dope, and then they discover like shit I may have done or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they feel some type of impact for it. They look at our podcast and they may have liked something I said or whatever.
Right.
And it impacts them, you know what I'm saying, on their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like me, don't call that person a bandwagoner. You know what I'm saying? Same for you or whatever. Everybody shows love for whatever reason.
No gatekeeping. Don't call
no need for that.
I mean,
man.
that's the ego.
Because the minute that we do that, then we stop what Nipsey was trying to do in their message.
Oh, y'all
you know what I'm saying?
Listening to him, this, that, and the
Right.
third. Like that shit's stupid.
Yeah,
dog.
man.
Like,
Every chance I get,
that's what he did it for. That's what we do it for. Anything that we're doing, we're doing.
And you have to spread it. You have to spread it. If not, then you know what I'm saying?
we
Like,
do
what
it
was the
for?
point of existence? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Nipsey passed away, so only people who listened to him from 2009.
We gotta spread it,
like,
man.
Come on, man.
We gotta spread the
He's been
message.
rapping since like 2005 though.
He's been rapping for a while.
That boy Nipsey,
He's been
Yeah,
on it
man.
for a minute.
So it's super impactful from
Built
like
the studio out the
you
trap.
to him
Shout out
to
Black
everybody. You know what I'm saying? It brings me to want to ask you that, and if you can express it, if not, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? If you had any words, because I'm only asking you this too because you're my friend, and I know, and this is a safe space.
Yeah.
So if you want to, yes. If not, don't worry. If there was anything that you would tell Nipsey, and you can just make it brief, you don't have to, you know what I'm saying, go into detail if you don't want to, what would be one thing you would say to him?
Thank you. That's easy.
That's it.
Yeah.
100, man.
Yes, sir.
100,
So
man.
easy.
Happy birthday, Nipsey. Happy belated.
Happy belated
Nipsey
Nipsey.
Hussle.
Ancestor.
Got
New
some-
ancestor.
Got some comments here from the live.
What we got?
Let's get it.
Someone said, same. They changed the whole game, the whole smoking game when they brought up the paper advantage versus the blunts.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm still a blunt
and
smoking
it was-
motherfucker, but I did see those videos.
Yeah, and it was real because that's when I switched. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was listening to Currency and Wiz, and it was like papers, huh? And at that time I was smoking blunts. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I was like, okay, that shit sound dope. Let me try that shit. You know, and it looked cool. Like smoking the old school papers. Like I like that shit. But health wise, it was like. Oh shit, that shit is real. Like I feel better. Like my high is, a little more upbeat and I'm active. Like and ever since then I ain't touched really like a blunt since. Like as far as recreational consistently, like there might be times where I try to not kill the vibe. So there's been moments like I can count on 4 fingers where I might have been with somebody that had it, and I was just like, you know what? They passing the peace pipe, so I'll hit it. But I ain't finna blow down that whole stick. Like, nah, I ain't blow down the whole stick since probably 2000.
Pause.
I I'm old school. I'm old school.
I already knew that was coming. So
what else they talking about,
old
Carlos?
school, dog.
What else they
Here's a new feature they're doing. This hasn't been here before, but it also says sharer. So this person shared the. So I'm looking at all you other comments out there. If you ain't shared, I ain't reading.
Hey, yo, man, do us a favor, man. Yo, if you checking us out, man, yo, the best way to support is simply if you like what we talking about, you fuck with us. Hey, man, hit that share one time.
Share.
Fuck with us, man.
So, Anthony Hernandez asked, can someone say something somewhere in the show, which I guess this is what we're doing now, and ask KD his perspective on politics, because I know he got
we're gonna get into that.
He got something to say. He got something real to say. So.
We're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna get into that.
That was a sharer, so the rest of y'all share that shit.
100, man, 100. Hey, and that was that's most likely was my dad. You know what I'm saying? So, Pops. Yeah. Y'all
What's
familiar
up,
with
Pops?
100. So,
What's going down?
So for you sharing that, we're gonna get into that. So thank you for sharing that. If y'all have any questions for Kev, feel free to let us know, man. So, Kev,
Yo,
I got a quote for you.
quote me.
KEVI to the NDURHAM 1989 September the 12th is when God gave me my health.
Oh.
Damn,
Where does that take you?
Okay, Nardwire.
Where does that take you?
That's Got Work, Volume 2, Untamed Click. Thank you.
100.
That's the name of and that's ironic, bro, because
we gonna have to pay him money for reciting that whole bar.
I ain't gonna recite it because I don't even know if I remember, but it is a beautiful.
Oh, you won't.
It's a beautiful fucking song.
The reason why I say you won't remember those verses because when I went down the wormhole of all of your Dat Piff shit, and this is back from. By the way, Kev is here by way of his. So when he first started, he was with Untamed Click, which you could find a bunch of work from them. You can find a bunch of work from them on Dat Piff. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot. So So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, 1989 September the 12th is when God gave me my health.
I talked to him as a young man before. And,
Where
I
were
can't
you?
even do it. I can't even. I don't
Where did God give you your health at? Where were you born? Where is the birthplace?
Germany.
Germany?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You
My
born
dad. So I come up from.
Oh yeah, you're a
military
military
right.
boy.
Yeah,
military
Yeah.
So we was in
remember you
Bad
saying
Kissian. That's where I was born.
Bad Kissian.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Yeah.
Bad,
It's a place
bad
in
or
Germany.
bag?
Bad, like BAD, I believe.
Bad
Kissian.
Do you have
But
any?
it's
Do you have?
Bad
do you-
kissers?
Do you have any vivid memories of that time period, or did you move like immediately after
Germany?
that, like or whatnot? Because I know you did some time in New York, but like how long were you at? You know what I'm saying in Germany?
In Germany, I was there till I was like, I want to say like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Might be something like that. Yeah, like I remember Germany vividly. I remember the apartment. We had 2 cats, JoJo and Sierra. Rest in peace. Shout out to them. I remember the apartment. I remember the aesthetic. I remember the china. My mom used to like, china sets and stuff like that. It was a beautiful time, man. Got pictures and stuff like that too to, help me tap back into that. But I love Germany, man. I remember it vividly. I remember they had the best fried chicken.
What?
I don't know. Yes. in
Wow.
Germany. I remember. I don't know if it was my first time eating it, and it was just an
It's probably his
explosion
first
of.
time or something.
But that shit was good as
Mo
fuck.
said that shit like he's refusing to believe Germany got the best fried chicken.
Bro, at least at the time. I won't say like right now because everything has changed.
Yeah.
Period. But at that time, but at the same time, I was young. I'm a scientist. You a scientist when you were a child. You exploring things,
Right.
So it was probably my first time eating it. I'm in Germany. You know what I'm saying? And,
So since you left around 4 or 5, have you been back since? Have you ever went to go back to visit, or better yet, did your? I think it's your pops, right? That was in the military.
yeah, I haven't been back,
No?
but I need to go back. I want to go back exactly where I was. 30 minutes. All right.
Oh yeah, that he lets us know like the time
Non-bubble
period that we
view.
have.
Oh,
So like
okay.
so basically like you know what I'm saying, like he lets us know
We've
the
been
time
going
stamp.
for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
So-
there you go.
Bet.
Yeah. Kev is a guest of our show, by the way. So when you see him say stuff like that, you know, say he's getting familiar.
Yeah.
But
He's like, what?
But yeah, man. So from there, how does Kev get to America? Or better yet, where do you go? Because I thought you were born in New York.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
But that's where a lot of our lineage is. Like my mom, my dad, they both from Brooklyn. You know.
So but this happened after Germany?
Brooklyn for sure, huh?
This happened after Germany?
What do you mean?
Like where do you go from Germany?
Texas.
Oh, like straight to Killeen?
Yeah, we went to Texas. I believe we went to Killeen, and then we went back to Germany, and then we came right back to Killeen.
Okay, so where does
So
New
it was
York
like a
fit?
zigzag.
I could have swore you
New
told me
York?
before that you've spent some time in New York.
Yeah, definitely. That's where my people are. So both of my parents are from there, so that's where all of our family members are. So
Yeah.
summer vacations every summer.
Oh, so you never actually live New
Nah.
York. You just
Ah,
always visited.
Yeah, nah,
always been there. Yeah,
that's where our family are. So
Gotcha.
if we gotta visit our aunties and our uncles and so on and so forth, we gotta go to New York. So that was like a second home for us. You know what I mean? Like grandparents and
100.
so on and so forth. So it had a big. I was raised by New Yorkers in Texas. You know what I'm saying?
So with that being said, I've met your pops. We've met your pops before, and that was a super cool New Year's, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Your pops was super cool, man. Your mom is super cool, man. Dog,
That's
like
me.
the vibes they give off, man.
get it
Super
from them.
great. When we mentioned the reason why I was so big on mentioning New York is because I can only think about your music journey. Your pops, he said when I met him, he said that his favorite rapper is Rakim.
Yes, sir.
Do you get your music taste from your pops, or better yet, where do you get your music taste from? Or better yet, what started you on your rap journey? Let me ask you that.
What my brother started me on, ain't no telling really what started on. I could claim that I know what happened, but it could be something way deeper than I even
What
know.
sparked the interest to want to do it?
We were a religious family. My dad was a preacher, so I wasn't even allowed to really like listen to rap. The first kind of rap music I was listening to was
too?
like Kurt, yeah, for real. Like I was listening like Kurt Franklin Stomp.
Most definitely.
But I had
Nice.
you know, my pops before he became a preacher and things like that, like our parents grew up when hip hop was birthed. Hip hop is young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is really, really young.
Right.
Like it's our parents that seen it birthed. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, it could have came from anywhere. But what I do know is that my brother wrote my first rhyme. Shout out Players Dynasty. Shout out Killeen, Texas.
Wait, you've had a ghostwriter?
Yeah, my first rhyme was written by a
First
ghostwriter.
I know, I'm fucking with him.
My brother. After that, I took it though. That was the first and only rhyme that was ever written for me. It was KE, V to the I to the N.
Yeah.
Stepping on this track once again. Throwing them things, stay the same to the game. Better back up off of me. So this is syllables.
Shout out to Hood Boss.
Shout out to Hood Boss.
First verse.
413, Evil Side. Know what I'm talking about?
100.
But
Killeen, Texas was good.
Killeen, Texas was happening. Made me to the man that I am today. But you know what I'm saying? It's going down. But anyhow,
Your brother put you on?
yeah, my brother put me on. You know, he was doing his own rap thing with Players Dynasty. You know, they legendary in Killeen because
100.
they set the foundation for us to be inspired to do what we do now. All the rappers that's in there now, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, he wrote me that rhyme, and from there, there's so much music in my family. Like I found out recently from my grandma, rest in peace, who passed away like a month ago. I got her rings on, you know, so she with us.
Beautiful.
But you know, she let me know that we had like jazz players in our family, like who play instruments and stuff like that. So it's in my blood, I assume. You know what I mean? So when my brother wrote me that rhyme,
Oh, it's in your blood.
yeah, when he wrote me, yeah, so it's in him, obviously. So when he wrote me that rhyme, you hear what I don't better back up, but like syllables and speed and you know, like there's so many nuances to what I just
I've
spit
heard 'em.
just now. You know what I mean?
I've heard 'em,
That
yeah.
one little bar, that was all it was. And I took that and I ran with it. You know what I mean? So I know I'm trying to write rhymes that's similar to that cadence.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, we're coming from a religious family, you know, back in the day. So like the first, my pops, he had deployed overseas somewhere. And it was just, you know, my mom, you know, and the kids, you know what I'm saying? So that was when I was able to kind of venture out a little bit. Pops wasn't there. Mom's a little more lenient. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my music explosion happened. I'm probably like 8, barely 10 maybe. You know what I mean? I found my brothers, when we had the disc books where you could flip through it.
Yeah.
So the first full album I ever listened to was Bone Thugs and Harmony Resurrection. Mm-hmm. So that fits the cadence, but that's what my brother was inspired by. Things like that and 3 6 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? So
I hear it.
a religious boy, right? Well, not really a religious boy, but I grew up in that. His first albums he's hearing is Bone Thugs and Harmony, 3 6 Mafia, 6 6.
Yeah,
it's ironic.
It plays with what he.
It's ironic as hell.
When you get a chance, check out Hood Boss, and y'all see what we're talking about.
Right. So it's ironic, man. And I took all of that stuff and I ran with it. I just started perfecting my craft, writing rhymes and stuff like that. And
when you say that, so you came up off of like Kirk Franklin and all that, right? How did your family? How did your parents take the hip hop shit when you started?
When I started,
was it something you had to hide?
Definitely.
Were they embracing it? Because
at first it was something that I was hiding because the things that I was influenced by, I've always been influenced by conscious music. From my first album that I listened to from front to back, be Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's if I could teach the world to be.
You mentioned Resurrection. All I can think about
I'm
get
so
that paper.
But you know why I was so in tune with them?
What's up?
Because they had the gospel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gospel is the originator.
They were the choir.
That's what a lot of people don't know, that gospel is the originator of all music.
Oh yeah, it is. So that's a whole nother podcast.
Is.
But you got what we got 40 minutes.
Nah, you good.
Oh, okay. I'm new to this.
Nah, you good.
But I'm true to this.
I was just finna say that.
It's
express yourself, pimp.
Yeah, express yourself. But music is beautiful, is what I'm saying.
It is, man.
Yeah.
But where was I? I forgot where I was.
No. So we were tapping in. So basically, I had asked you about how gospel music was there, but how did your family and your parents embrace your hip hop? You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that may have threw them for left field. You know what I'm saying, or whatnot. Yeah. Did they embrace it? Was it something you had to hide?
They've always embraced it ever since they realized I was serious about it. They didn't realize I was serious about it until I actually started getting in the booth. So I was writing ever since I was in elementary school all the way up to adulthood. So they didn't find out I was doing it serious until I started spitting on wax, which was when I was probably in middle school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's where it was. And there was a local record company that was trying to sign me. And I'm young, It was me and Cat.
You haven't told me this.
Yeah.
I never knew that either. Shit.
Yeah, so it was some military cats. They had their own record label.
Wow.
Dope ass studio.
Military cats.
Yo, they was really pulling over the choppers and they ride for real.
Yeah, for real.
For real.
I got a chopper in the car.
Yo, fuck with gang in them, you know what I'm saying? They gonna pull up.
For real, Killeen, Texas, shout out. It's a whole nother place over there, man. I don't think, that we appreciate, I've been all over the world, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. So I can appreciate my city. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect segue, man. Check this out. Kev Diesel, but to you dogs, I'm Mr. Muzzle. Get in the huddle. I'm in the game like
Brian Gumble.
100.
I never fumble. I run like my BF is Bubba, but never shrimp. We get. What's the rest? I don't know.
I'm just quoting you, family. You have a whole catalog of shit, man. And the reason why I want to touch on that is that so tell me about DJ Him Shawty presents Welcome to Killeen and your track called Make It Good from Untamed Click. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is that I want to know about that time period, and better yet, that whole tape had to do with Killeen hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I am Killeen.
And what you just said right now, you're just like, I don't think people understand. Please tell me about the history of Killeen hip hop and those before you. You've played me some of their music before, of those that even passed on already. You know what I'm saying? What's the importance of Killeen to you and the hip hop scene?
Killeen is everything to me, man. It's where I became what I am. You know what I mean? It's where I got all of my game from. You know what I'm saying? So where it starts for me, Players Dynasty. I hope y'all ready. It's about to go down, go down. Rest in peace, Magic.
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace. My
Let's have a drink for Magic.
Have a drink for Magic.
One time.
I ran out of drink, so
No,
I'm gonna pull up the
We
Fiji
got
water.
That Fiji water, man.
He got you.
Yeah.
For K
Unless you wanna have some Maker's Mark.
Mr. Magic.
This man over here trying to.
That's necessary right there. But yeah, Players
Rest
Dynasty.
in peace, Magic, man.
Rest in peace, Magic.
Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you for your contribution, sir. But he's an ancestor, you know what I'm saying? So
100.
he's sitting right there, you know. We everywhere. But
Colleen.
yeah, K-Town is a beautiful place. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, it's a melting pot. You know what I mean? It gave me the tools to be able to, and that's what people in Killeen, I wish they understood more. You know what I'm saying? Like being in different places, Killeen is a gem because it's a melting pot from the jump. Because it's one of the largest. It is. I think it's the largest military base in the United States. So
Right.
what does that mean? You got diversity. We have diversity from the jump. So since the jump, we've been entangled like an entanglement. But like we've been around each other. You know what I'm saying? Hispanic, white, black, everything is right there.
It's the military
It's the
base.
world in this small little place. You know
Right,
what I
man.
mean? So it's a beautiful place. But yeah, where hip hop start there for me is Players Dynasty, and then I'm gonna do shout outs. So shout out Green City. Shout out Big Spade.
100.
Shout out 2TP. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Untamed Click. Shout out Grinding Daily. You know what I'm saying? And he's got people in there that continue. You know what I mean? Shout out. I could go on. You know what I mean? Like
it's the same way that Players Dynasty is like a tree branch of you. There's other trees that branch through or whatnot.
yeah. There's a lot of people out there, man. Shout out Lone Star, R.I.P. That's probably the person who made the most impact in that city.
Got the most attraction.
Yeah, Lone Star.
I think you showed me his
Beautiful
music at the
fucking
apartment. You
Yeah, I
YouTubed
showed
it
you
at
some
the
of his
crib.
music, yeah.
man.
You heard it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's,
So
there's a cat that you showed me that is actually doing time right now.
Big Spade.
Big Spade.
413.
Free Big Spade, man.
Free Big
Yeah,
Spade.
some of those
Free Big
tracks you
Spade.
showed us, I remember that night.
Yeah,
we was
you were
going,
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
we was going through that. Yeah,
Poet.
He was dope. Yeah,
Poet.
you was showing me some
Free
of the
Big
stuff when he
Spade.
was
Free Big
16.
Big
Spade.
Spade.
You know what I'm saying?
Big
Free
Spade.
Big Spade. Free Big
413.
Spade. 100, man. 100.
But
man.
yeah, man, Poet. You know what I'm saying? He came up under my brother. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's 413. You know what I'm saying?
100.
Like
Colleen has a dope hip hop
Colleen,
scene,
man.
and one thing, real quick, man. Untamed Click, you know what I'm saying? That's where you started at. That's where the you know what I'm saying, the origin comes. There's 4 cats on there. One of the cats actually met at your New Year's. The cat that looks like the dude that made a classic, the light skinned cat.
at my crib,
What's his name? Rob
D. Yeah, Untamed Click.
I didn't know he was a rapper when I met him.
Out the cage,
when I met
yeah.
him at your New Year's party.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was a rapper
yeah, for sure.
because he looks like fucking Jadena.
Hey, you talking about Classic Man?
Yeah.
yeah,
He looks like
that's my
Jadena.
boy.
And I didn't know
That's
he
my brother.
rapped. And then get this, I go down the wormhole and shit, right? And then next you know, I knew Untamed Click. I only knew you and Cat Pop.
Yeah,
I didn't know you had told me there was dudes before. I didn't know the other dudes before.
yeah.
Then I look at the pictures. I'm like, hold up, who's that light skinned cat?
Shout out.
I
to
met
Raven,
him.
out the cage.
I met him at the party.
Yeah.
Yo, man, he was spitting, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know.
Rob Diesel. Yep, that's my brother.
So-
Blood couldn't bring us any closer.
100, man. 100. So from there, we go from fucking we go from Untamed Click days, and then Kev decides, and I learned this because what's funny is that whenever I search up Kevin Durham, I find your LinkedIn page. You have a LinkedIn page. And
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And you have a LinkedIn page, and that shit's official like a whistle, boy.
Yes, sir.
And from there, we go to Skies.
Skies.
We go to Skies.
Shout out John Bond.
Which I'm familiar with, which I would have wore my hat, but guess what? By accident, it accidentally got dirty, and
I
this ain't my
almost wore it.
fault. You got to take this up with Jess. You got to take this up with my girl.
Ooh, Jess, you
she
in
said,
trouble.
throw it in the washer. It'll be fine.
Ooh,
So it's kind of crumbled a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I thought, yeah, but it is what it is.
Nah, it's all good.
So we go to Skies, right? Mm-hmm. And from Skies, we're talking about your evolution. I recently heard you talk about, you know what I'm saying, like your albums recently. And you're talking about like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy how you can capture these moments in time each album. You know what I'm saying? Each album, you literally capture that. And one thing I learned about Skies is that from listening to it from the time I did hear it from meeting you when we first met, which we'll get into, even to revisiting it recently, you were frustrated in your lyrics. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You weren't as peace as you are now with your content that you put out. You were frustrated.
Definitely.
And I want to say that this a time you were spending in Austin or?
This is when so basically,
because I hear songs like Leanne, Pack Your Bags, and you sounded frustrated. This isn't the same guy that I'm sitting by right now.
Yeah. No, it was there definitely was a frustration. Skies was inspired by The Awakening. So
and that's Skies with a Z, Skiez. Y'all go check that out.
I think it's on SoundCloud.
It's on SoundCloud. It's on DatPiff. It's on all that shit.
Skiez.
Yes, sir.
By Kevin Durham, but
or Kev D at that.
Or Kev. Man, that's what I was. That was before I earned Kevin Durham. I was still Kev D at the time.
I'm Mark War.
Stop.
Keep going, man. My bad.
Skies is such a personal, beautiful, necessary album for me. You know what I mean? Like that's when I became solo for the first time. So that's when obviously I was with Untamed Click. You know what I mean? I was always with a group. Ever since I started rapping, I've never been solo until Skies. And that was when I became an adult, you know what I mean? And with Skies, there was just so much I had to get off my chest. And when I was with Untamed Click, we were doing like songs that was a little more, you know, we had more of an agenda of being a group with not necessarily a message, but just bars, you know what I mean? And we was dope in that, you know what I'm saying? But there was something in me that was like, man, I got a lot of shit to say. You know what I'm saying? So I used Skies for that. You know what I mean? Like that's when I left religion behind that I had, that I grew up with. So
you can hear it.
You can hear it. Exactly. I left my
You seemed lost in that project. Like you were trying to find yourself. You seemed like you were trying to find yourself and you were trying to find everything around you.
Yeah, I was, and I still am. You know what I mean? But at that time, what that project was about was I found myself during Skies.
Like you literally start the album off talking about like y'all cats still living with your moms, like y'all ain't got no jobs, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Believe me, man.
It was like, man, we've been fooled. You know what I'm saying? Like once I left that, I was like, because what happened, I was getting into so I moved from Killeen to Houston.
Right.
And that's when I started getting like all this knowledge, you know what I'm saying, through technology, you know what I mean? Like just searching different things like my heritage, my history of being African, you know what I'm saying, and gaining a new pride. So I started falling on things like Buddhism and African principles and how they tie together and spirituality and things like that, and also the history of how the Bible and things like that came to be, which is what I was raised up on. So long story short, for me, I'm not saying if anybody, you know, represents that or is a Christian or anything like that. I've come to the point where it's whatever makes you a positive person, we represent the same God. You know what I mean? So I can be in a church and still feel it and still even cry maybe tears of joy. You know what I'm saying?
Fam, not to cut you off, but Los, even you'll even fuck with this, man. I seen this man fucking even though he's talking about like you know what I'm saying, Buddhism and yada yada yada, you know what I'm saying? My bad, I shouldn't have said yada yada.
No,
Buddhism.
You're good.
Buddhism. What you call it? When I took Kev to the fucking Kanye Lakewood event, my fam cried tears.
For sure.
Because he remembered those experiences when he was there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying?
It's deep in Christianity and shit.
What I realize is that, you know, the spirit of God, it doesn't matter what you want to call it. It's all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it is music. It is creativity. It's acknowledging the yin and the yang and it coming together as a marriage. So I
remember you telling me about your thoughts of how God is and whatnot in the palm of our hand. I remember you telling me that. You said something about like it's here.
Oh no, I'm just saying like
you said something like that to me.
I know exactly.
We were fucked up one night, but you told me that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So basically, like, and it, you know, that's that could go for a whole podcast, but like, you know, everything can be magnified over and over again. There's space between everything. What makes this cup red and you hear that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's atoms. You know what I'm saying? You want to see what the inside of an atom looks like? Look around. You know what I'm saying? So everything is God. You know what I mean? And it keeps expanding. It's boundless. That is God. That's how powerful it is. It keeps expanding. It's huge.
Yeah.
So don't try to disrespect God by trying to capsule it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride, man. It's a beautiful
That actually
ride.
helps me with my anxiety, actually.
Yeah.
My anxiety actually gets helped by actually freeing myself a little bit. Like, one thing that does free me is knowing that, like, okay, look, I'm not in this by myself. He's in this. You're in this. We're all in this. You know what I'm saying? We're all on this spinning ball together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'll float away eventually.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
energy is never destroyed. Only what?
You tell me, man.
Transferred.
100.
Energy is never destroyed. It's only
I
you
felt
pass away.
I felt science. I'm sorry. I felt science. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, you good. You good. But you know, life is good.
Kev,
man.
I just want to say thank you because I'm sipping right now. I'm feeling.
I mean,
good
this is fine. This is why I was not in any rush to get a guest. And when we made the decision that he was going,
Kev, you're doing great right now, man. Thank you. You said you're
OT,
new to this. You said you're new to this, but now you're really true to this.
This is Kevin Durham, ladies and gentlemen. This a deep
Go ahead, talk to us,
conversation.
Los. Talk to us, Los.
Jessica asked, how did your fam, being religious, first react to you and your brother jamming 3-6? You got a couple questions, but that's the first one.
Or better yet, if you can't even do that, like your brother's content.
They don't listen to 3-6, so they don't even know.
What about your brother's content? How do they react to that? Because that kind of touches the same base.
Oh, my family's solid. Like, what's funny is we all started transitioning around the same time, which is weird. You know what I mean? Like, my daddy, he's still into Christianity. You know what I mean? But the rest of us, so I'm the youngest out of 3. So my sister... my brother's the oldest.
Wait. Pops is a Christian, and your brother raps about what he raps about?
Exactly.
Yo.
66666. It's the same, but it's
Mo was like finna put a prayer on you.
Hey,
this expression, family. We'll pray later.
Like I said, this is the thing. Like, as long as your energy is on the same wavelength, we represent the same thing. I don't care what you want to call it. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you ain't killing and mass murdering and doing this and that, and your energy is the same and you feel it, trust God, as in trust in your spirit. So if you're around somebody, you could be around somebody talking, y'all talking about nature, y'all talking about this and that, you a Christian, y'all ain't spoke about y'all denominations, this person a Christian, this person 666, but y'all talking about nature and politics and y'all bond with each other, y'all represent the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So the politics get in the way because the ego gets in the way. But that's because fear gets in the way.
I personally don't give a fuck what's your
as long as you ain't killing everything and
as long as
chilling,
if you're a beautiful person and you're cool as shit, yo man, rock with me. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If I got some views that I could put you on to that might change your mind, then we can have a conversation. But other than that, we all beautiful. We all do this as long as you ain't out physically harming nobody and trying to kill someone.
It's the energy.
Like what you said about your brother.
Love is my religion.
Like me and your brother, like there's times like even when we called your brother at your crib, you know what I'm saying? Great guy, everything. Me and him have messaged back and forth, pause. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like we've been able to like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's cool as shit and he's funny as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
My
so
brother
like,
is the shit, dog.
Yeah, man. So he's
cool as
he's a great guy. So from there, I actually met you. I met you, I want to say during Blue Lotus because I pulled up to your album release party and what'd you call it? I remember that time period. I pulled up to the Blue Lotus album listening party. You had it at Lo-Fi?
Yeah.
You had it at Lo-Fi.
Shout out Lo-Fi.
Yeah, man.
H-Time.
Lo-Fi. We had a good ass time over there, man.
That shit was fun.
And I think that was, I feel like with Skies, you were frustrated in your lyrics and you were expressing your frustration. And I feel like Blue Lotus was like a coming of age of just like, okay, I need to come up. I need to do my thing in the city of the H. I need to chase my dreams, because even like a song like Pack Your Bags where you have on Skies, you literally packed your bags and then you came to Blue Lotus and you're now trying to be like, all right, cool. I'm finna show H-Town what it is and I'm finna make my stamp with Blue Lotus. So you have a little bit of mixtape type shit and you have a little bit of personal shit.
Yeah,
you kind of mixed it in. You mixed it in together on Blue Lotus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You mixed it together on Blue Lotus, and that's when I met you. And real quick, we could talk about Blue Lotus, but I really want to talk about Apples and Reptiles.
Jessica's coming in with the correction here. She said no, Apples was at Lo-Fi. Apples
was at Lo. Wait, you said Blue Lotus was at Lo-Fi.
I met Blue Lotus. No. I met you at Blue Lotus. For Blue Lotus at. I remember you had a fucking. I met you at your video shoot for Pissed Off.
No,
I'm in the video at Pissed Off.
Nope.
And I ain't just trying to get pissed. You met me at my video shoot for Pride.
Yes.
I'm lying. He met me at Pride. Fun fact.
Maker's Mark.
Yo, fun fact. Yo, super pause. But fun fact.
That's the Maker's Mark.
Listen, fun fact. Kevin Durham actually co-directed Pride along with Frank Dylon. Frank. We got to shout out Frank.
Basquiat and Warhol.
He goes by Bad Ideas by.
Frank.
He actually directed that video, and that's how I met you. That's how I met you. I love you, boy.
I love you too, man.
Yo, man, Kev actually.
I ain't never put it in that perspective because I just be like, I've always like directed everything. Like I said, I'm an artist first and a rapper. Like rapping, like actually writing stuff that's the smallest shit that I do. Everything else, from how I say the actual words to how I do covers and videos, like that's the part that's fun for me.
That's a cover up for Mark. I made your fucking video.
Nah,
I didn't.
No.
Mostly
he was doing the angles and shit.
Frank, like he called me up because he likes so Frank's first video was Leanne.
Yeah,
that was one of his first videos. Yeah, because I actually like where he started like really getting serious and go because he was a photographer.
Frank goes by Bad Ideas by on Instagram, by the way, guys. Yo, go follow him.
Love Frank.
He directed Left Right, which we're gonna get into too.
Yeah, but Frank, he's he was doing like photography, and I seen him do like playing around with like some guy's video, and I was like, bro, you got some. So he did Leanne for me. And ever since then,
Los wants to cut in real quick. What's good, Los?
We got a couple comments. I could be butchering this name right here, so excuse me. But Soloco said, yo, I know I'm commenting a lot, but you a real one, bro. This interview just made me a fan. I'm downloading all your music right now.
100, man.
Much love to you, fam.
Hey, man.
You would not be disappointed.
That's the beautiful thing about it, man. Ever since I've been posting about Kev, it's funny because it's like I have this thing where every time I share your music, people always ask, they're like, yo, like, and this is no disrespect at all, Kev. We're brothers, bro. If you want to call me out on this afterwards, we can do it. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. But, Kev, one thing people always ask me, they're like, yo, he should be up here. He should be yada, yada. Every time I play your music. And I even played it for Carlos. Carlos was like, yo, this shit's cold. Like Carlos even actually invited you to be on his show because he's just like, yo, like this is crazy. This is insane. Do you get that all the time whenever you perform or you play your music or whatever? It's like, yo, like fam, like you shouldn't even be. You should be because that's what I get.
Yeah.
Like I low key like one of the things I wanted to do is that I ain't gonna lie. And I'll tell you right now. I think I've told you one time before, but I would literally, I've thought about it. I've thought about quitting hip hop and quitting even this to become your manager because that's how great you are. No, that's how great you are. You're that good, bro. You're that good. You're that good. And I feel like I'm someone that can tell you like, hey fam, you gotta be at this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, and I'll answer emails for you, be like, Kev, get your bitch ass up. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. But I know you have to realize, you know what I'm saying?
That's a big ass compliment.
Yo. Shout out to everybody that believe in me, man. I'm with y'all, man. I get it. Like, yes, I definitely get it all the time. When
the grind don't stop. You look young as shit.
Man, that's because
You're black.
I let go. No,
black people age gracefully.
What it is, man.
Y'all do. Black people age great.
It might be that too, but another key to it is I let go, man, and I let go.
I'm the middleman. I got a little bit, but then I got a little bit this way. I'm like stuck.
Man. Nah, but I let go and I let God, man. Like I don't stress about it. I'm chilling, man. Life is good. For real. Like I don't, and I think what it is for me, I genuinely don't make music to be famous. It's literally a therapeutic ritual for me. So I say what I want to say. I create how I want to create. And I just so happen to put it out there to see who likes it and who relates to it. And, you know, I'm in my own space. So people are able to connect with it. You know what I mean? Because I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about my stories.
I mean, but that's what all artists do. And so I guess you're
they
listening.
don't.
Well,
there's a lot of people that
not all artists.
Yeah, there's a lot of artists that rap according to who they're inspired by. They try to live a life that they've never lived.
Oh, absolutely.
Before.
Especially most artists today.
Exactly. I'm talking to you about normal shit.
And you've been able to actually capitalize that from Skies, where I felt like you were trying to get to this. You found a new space in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you to me, you sounded frustrated about life. You know what I'm saying?
It's my diary.
To me, it was your move from Killeen to Austin to Houston and everything.
All the way, yeah.
And then Blue Lotus, where you know what I'm saying, where I came across your music and everything, and I met you at you know what I'm saying, I forgot the name of the fucking spot. It wasn't Lo-Fi, it was another spot. Fuck, man. I literally put up on you at the Pissed Off video shoot, and I got your album from there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm in the video.
Oh, yeah. You are in the video.
Yeah. I'm like searching through clothes and shit.
Day one.
I'm searching through clothes and shit.
Yeah.
And from there, and then we get to Apples. Look, Apples.
That's why I met you.
I feel like Apples.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Apples is a reflecting album where you got to a point to where you were able to reflect to where I hear Memories, right?
That's my shit.
Memories, it seems like you were able to draw a picture of the beauty. I'm going to say beauty because a lot of people will say, oh, the hood. You know, they'll say negative things, right? I think that you painted a picture that was so beautiful that it should be like on like, you know what I'm saying, like artwork and shit, man, from Memories. Because the way that you put it together from, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to say no names because Marissa may be listening, but when you're leaving Homegirl's house and all these other things, man, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I was talking about my adolescence. I was talking about my time in Killeen, you know, the things that
But there was a lot of apples you got from that.
Yeah, Apples was I mean, a lot of my music is about my experience in Killeen, Texas. About the thing, like I was an active young man, you know, an active little boy trying to figure things out. So it's cool to do that. You know, there's a lot of like people in hip hop, they feel like they got to rap about it's cool to rap about normal shit. Talk about the high school sweetheart. Talk about, you know what I'm saying?
The same way the high school sweethearts ends up falling for the 134 likes.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that is true stories.
Another
you know what I'm saying?
LA Life, all that shit.
LA Life.
True stories, bro.
Ashley Hernandez said, that's how I know Kevin. He's the Apple guy.
That's my sister.
LOL,
That's my sister.
Apple emoji, 100 emoji.
Memories painted on the wall.
Yeah,
beautiful,
man. And I try to
beautiful.
And I like to paint a picture of how I experienced it. So like that's always been my life. Like I always experienced life with music. So I basically made a theme music to things that I experienced. Like okay,
and call me biased, but I feel like, you know, maybe because I experienced hanging out with you a lot around that time period, maybe that was my favorite project. But I listen to it to this day, and I feel like that's my favorite project from you, man.
Yeah, for sure. I was listening to it 2 nights ago.
But I ain't gonna lie, Skies give it some competition.
Skies? Skies
give it some competition. I ain't gonna lie.
I had to go back and look at all that.
Oh no, you will, brother. I'll put you on.
Skies is a vibe because that was when I was like, well, again, that was when I left my foundation of Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting into other studies and stuff like that, and I just let it all out. You know what I'm saying? Like I broke up with my girlfriend at the time in Houston, which is now my wife. and she's my wife because she stuck with me.
Yo, that's the wildest shit you ever heard. Like this man said, I broke up with my girlfriend at the time, and now she's
no, that's grown man shit,
bro. No. But
I'm just saying,
it's the way that
like, she not my girlfriend.
The fact that was one sentence, like together, yeah. That's beautiful.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like
that's beautiful.
That's showing.
So like
love.
before Skies happened. If
you don't mind, because I'm your friend, can we shout out Marissa?
Absolutely,
Marissa,
Mr.
Durham.
She in the air,
man. That's man.
Or she at the crib. She in the air, or she in the crib?
In the air, man.
Marissa,
that's the queen.
Marissa,
man.
Please. If we can at least make it happen, text Jess right now so that way we can have a movie night, a couples night and shit.
Oh, for shit, sure.
For real, man.
Yeah,
I'd be the butler.
That's and the queen on my chessboard, man.
so
people play for chessmate, for checkmate, just the king to survive, man. I play my chessboard to make sure my queen survive, you know. But you know how the queen can move on the board. She move everywhere. She do what she gotta do.
All you young men out there. Hey,
man, you better get you solid.
And one thing about Kev is that what we're speaking on is that I'm speaking on his music, I'm speaking on his albums, but I'm speaking on growth as a human being more than anything. Mm-hmm. Is that one thing that he spoke about his albums recently when he posted, y'all seen that post that he posted, and every album speaks to where you are as a man. So we're even speaking on you frustrating your lyrics, and if y'all want to go here, y'all will actually hear his relationship issues on Skies.
Yeah,
we're not going to get too much into that, but that's something y'all should dive into. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so from there, you know what I'm saying, we get to Apples, and then we get to Reptiles, and I feel like that's your OG take on street life and other things. You know what I'm saying? Life perspective, and you actually play with the thoughts of simulation and whatnot. Man. And I feel like that's your OG take on that, and I feel like you get to this point to where, believe it or not, Kev, you look young as shit, but you don't have to tell your age.
I'm a vampire.
But family,
65.
Nah,
He's 65. 123.
But family right here, you know what I'm saying? Like right here, man, you have an OG take on the shit that you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From Bad Apples and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is actually Kedra. Shout out Kedra. Is she from Killeen?
Absolutely.
Hey, Kedra. Hey, you have a beautiful voice. You killed it. Thank God, man. Like, what you did on that track is so fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it really was her. It was her song. I just put a little tiny verse to it. Most of the song is her. I just put a little few bars and that's it.
And she allowed you to have it on the tape.
And what's cool is Bad Apples, that song was on Reptiles.
Right.
Which my previous album was Apples. And she had hit me up. She was like, man, Kev, I got this song.
But I think it's still like a continuous part of Apples.
That's why it was so dope. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing with my projects. Like, I don't really go over 6 songs. I try to make a strong stamp with every 6 songs. Like, it's boom, 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 boom. And they all have their own personality. They all have their own story, but it all ties together to fit the concept. And she gave me that one to where it fit. I just
feel like Reptiles is your OG take of life.
Yeah, for sure. Because that was my latest album. You know, I dropped. So Apples was 2016.
Yeah.
Reptiles was 2018. I be on my Frank Ocean shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only drop an album every year, one album. All you gonna hear from me is 6 songs, and then you gotta wait 12 months type shit. But that's what lets me know, like, that my music is really resonating, because people be like, Kev, when are you dropping something new? Oh yeah.
I mean, but the anticipation it'd be well worth it.
But I feel like my music don't come from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a vessel. You know what I mean? So I'm not an artist that just like I think I need to put something out because it's been 5 months. Let me write something. Like, I chill. I experience life. I observe life. And then once God seeps through the door and enters my spirit, I'm possessed. And then it's like, oh shit. Bye. It's time to write.
So with that being said, and by the way, guys, hold on, my bad. I'm getting an ice check one time. That's good. My bad, Los. But with that being said, you mentioned, and hopefully, maybe we'll get an exclusive here. But you said, new album is done.
New album is done. New album is done.
You expressed it. I'm just bringing it up.
Yeah, you've been sharing the shit. out of this, which is
podcast, and I thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure. But yeah, man.
One thing I want to say is this:
new
project is coming. New project is almost done. Yeah. Now we shared conversations where you showed me album artwork. Oh, I got it. Yeah. So, and that was Lowe's, by the way. He's trying to give me a refill of some Coca-Cola for the Maker's Mark.
You about to throw up tonight because you've been going in. No.
You gave me one.
I gave you a cup. That wasn't no shot. I gave you a cup.
I'll be fine.
You probably, if you finish that, you drunk more than I have tonight. And I'm faded.
That's
right
what
now.
Mexicans do, man. That's what Hispanics do, brother.
Hey, shout out to my Hispanics, man.
Love, man.
Necessary.
100, man.
Love y'all.
So with your new album, where does Kevin go from here?
What is it called?
I don't know.
Have you came up with a?
That's God's decision. I'm just on a ride, bro, and loving it. You know.
But if you say that it's almost done, you don't give us. You don't gotta give us a sneak peek or anything like that. Or if you don't want to speak on it, we don't have to do that as well.
I have no goal to be famous. You know what I'm saying? Like my life is
no, not necessarily that. I'm talking about like concept wise. Where does Kevin go from here?
Oh, you'll have to find out on the next season of.
And I want to go from here with this real quick. So with that being said, we will listen to your music when it comes out, and we'll have you on the podcast again because I think you're like I said, the greatest artist that I've ever fucking have been able to been friends with, and as I make music as well, you know what I'm saying, and I've been able to meet a lot of artists in the underground and shit. You're the best one out of all of them.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying that because we've been to each other's house and shit. You've made me feel comfortable and you made me feel everything. We'll talk about our friendship in a little bit because that's how I'm actually capped this podcast off. I love you, dude. Yeah. But one thing I want to say is that 100. But one thing I want to say is that, you know what I'm saying, from here is that with me and you and everything that's going on, I just want to say, like, you know, to keep it 100, bro, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty faded right now. I'm pretty fucked up right now.
You should not put pretty in front of that. You are, but you're doing great. You're doing great, Marcus.
Yeah, that boy. Hey, look, the way that me and Kev are talking right now is the same way we would do chilling, posted up in the living room and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. For sure. That's why I knew this episode was gonna be like just genuine. Like,
man.
You know what I mean? Because this is stuff we do on the regular before, you know, the pandemic, but you know,
for real, man. And
good.
By the way, Jess said he's not that old. Oh my
I know.
God,
I'm not.
No, I didn't try to
God.
make him
Thank
seem
you,
like
Jess.
that. My bad.
You're making me seem like
they. That's your brother over there.
She also said if he's old, then I'm old.
Right.
So
and then I'm old.
Y'all what? 2 years younger than me?
Not even. I'm like a year behind you.
For real?
Yeah.
Man, I'm 30, man.
So we got an hour. So look. We got
21.
So look. so look, we got 15. We got a couple minutes left. So I just want to say this, man. Kev, my thing. Ever since I met you, man, the reason why I say you're one of the greatest artists I ever met, in regards to me just doing my thing in the underground and just meeting people and all that shit, is that when I first heard you, I was taken back and I felt like I had to go do my homework on what I do as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like, okay, it was my first real moment of pressure. And what I mean that in a good way.
Yeah,
the same way
pressure.
Kobe fucking puts his team on and tries to make them feel whatever.
I'm an extension of you, so that's...
Yeah. And by the way, guys, if y'all trying to judge me based off me drinking and shit, you know what I'm saying? I've taken notes with Kev this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm feeling good, and we're almost in the last moments of this shit, man.
Hey, he's starting to get a little insecure about this. He's like, by the way,
man, fuck that.
Because you can't turn on the audience, bro.
Cause look, it's the last few. Cause look, I carried myself very well throughout this whole thing. Meanwhile, I ain't gonna lie, I am fucking out of there.
Damn,
like,
I poured you too much. That's my fault.
No, it's cool. I'm not even gonna finish this, by the way. It's fine.
Mark.
Who's driving?
Uber.
Pause. Yeah.
Uber.
Yeah. Uber.
Okay, cool.
Now look. But what I will say is this: is that Kev, more than anything, man, we journeyed through your music. We did all that, man. I just want to say, brother, as someone who looks up to you, I thank you and I appreciate you for everything that you've done. Your contribution to me and made me go harder. And even directing my first one of my first videos, Pride, which was like my third video or whatever. And on top of that, man, like you mean a lot to people like me as a friend, as a family member. I'm damn near finna cry right now because like, and that's not even the alcohol talking because like what you allowed me in your household times that we hung out, I've never had that growing up, and you've been able to have me have this open space. I remember one time we actually called my mom on speakerphone, and it was you.
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah, it was you and Mo. You know what I'm saying? And we were posted up, and we were having this conversation about me and my mental health and things like that. And you have that open space for me, man. That I don't have to pay you for a therapist. I don't have to pay you for anything. And this is going off subject. This is going off music. I'm just expressing myself as Kevin Durham as a person because I feel like this is super important part of his artistry and what he does as a human. I've watched this man literally talk to homeless people. I've watched this man, you know what I'm saying, just hang out as a good friend and act a fool with me and didn't make me feel stupid about dancing in public and you know what I'm saying,
Dance
and
away.
whatnot. And this is a great brother right here. And Kev, I thank you for everything that you do. I can't wait to hear the new music. You are a neighbor of this show. Don't ever get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to come hang out with us whenever. Don't think about no special guest shit or anything like that.
Nah.
Come hang out with us. Join in on even if we have a guest, or better yet, if we just are just chopping it up and it's me and Mo and Carlos. Like, pull up, man. Have a drink, chill. We'll give you a mic and hang out, man. I love you. Thank you very much. You are very important to my existence.
Absolutely.
For real,
Likewise.
because if it wasn't for you, man,
Realization.
you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for Mo, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for my girl, like, I don't know if I'd actually even, you know what I'm saying, have a point of expressing myself, and that's one thing that keeps me existing.
Yeah.
If there's anything that I have left is expression.
Yeah.
And if not, then
Express yourself.
yeah, man.
And that's the Kevin Durham.
Yeah.
That's the Kevin Durham effect.
Love you, brother.
I love you, brother. I
Caleb
love you too,
Hernandez
man.
says, I swear Mark says every episode, this is not the alcohol talking.
That's my cousin, by the way, man. 100.
But yeah, bro, you first of all an expert artist. I only let a few. I can count maybe on 10 hands people that I hold near and dear to my heart. You know what I'm saying? And you
Love you,
definitely one of them. Both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Love.
you know, my circle is very small because I know how I am. You know what I mean? I have empathy for the world, for everyone.
Yeah, man.
Right.
But people that I actually let in my home to my, you know, see my wife and my home and my family. You know what I'm saying? I have to believe in you in that way in order for you to make it to that level. You know what I'm saying? So that alone lets y'all know where y'all stand. It's past music, it's past podcasts, it's past everything. You know what I'm saying? This is your daughter needs something in the future. Call me
you're
up.
gonna babysit.
Yeah, for sure.
Eventually, when that time
if y'all
comes,
ever
you're
have a
babysitting.
child, that child will never be homeless.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what I'm
gonna
saying?
send her to Kevin now.
Both of y'all, hey, come on over. We gonna listen to music, pop
I'm
some
busy next
vinyls in.
weekend, man. If you got me.
Wait, Los, you have a kid?
Shit. It don't look like me. And I don't claim it. It don't look like the baby daddy either.
That's just my baby daddy. See,
That
bro,
sound
that's
like-
just my
Man.
It sound like a Maury episode there.
Life is beautiful, man. Life is beautiful. Kev, is there?
You said the results say you are not.
Kev, we covered a lot, man.
I was 1,000% sure, Marvin.
Kev,
Yo,
we covered a lot, man. Man, I ain't gonna lie.
It was fun.
It was fun. You enjoyed
this
yourself.
is legendary. Y'all don't
Thank
stop
you.
it.
Oh yeah,
man.
and Kev is the guy that bought these.
Yeah,
By the
my
way.
bad. I forgot mine, but it's sitting
all
nicely
good.
on
It's
the.
yours. You do what you wanna
it's
do
sitting
with
at
it.
home nicely.
And Kev, is there anything that you want to leave with the people before you leave?
Relax. Life's good. Just keep it moving. Stop trying to control the wheel. God got the wheel. Whatever your God is, Buddha, Jesus.
And people need
so
that, by
on
the
and
way,
so
because in the times that we're in, man, what advice could you give? Well, of course, relax, but what advice could you give people in this time that we need, where people are building up anxiety? I have a homeboy who's, believe it or not, one of my best friends. He's a police officer, and it's weird because like I stand for Breonna Taylor, I stand for George Floyd, I stand for those situations, and I've had conversations with him. So you know what I'm saying. So I've been able to have that conversation with a police officer, where it's a fair conversation, where you know what I'm saying we go back and forth. in these times of COVID and all that shit, what's one advice from social issues down to health that you can give people to
cope? Love.
You can say relax again, but
I say, love is my religion. Bob Marley.
There he is.
Love is my religion.
I don't know the words. I'll sing it with you.
Yeah. All we need is love. You know what I'm saying? That's my message, bro. Bob Marley. Pop on some Bob Marley. Relax. Take a sip. Buy you a drink. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? Just live life. Find things and make it beautiful. You know, make your life beautiful. It's yours. You know what I'm saying?
And real quick, is there anything expected in the future from Kevin Durham?
I can't say. That's up to God.
Beautiful.
I could not be here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's not my. What I aspire to do is spread more love, spread more positivity, make more music. But I'm just enjoying the ride, bro. It's a beautiful ride.
Well, I thank you for the vibes, man. I thank you for everything that you do for my life, Mo's life. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise.
Everybody, and you just met a new friend.
Believe it or not,
you just met a new friend in Carlos. You know what I'm saying?
Hit me up too, bro. Whatever you got planned.
Yeah, man. And we're gonna do one last shot. This is for our ancestors. This is for Nipsey, and this is for Kevin.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I love you, man. Thank you very much.
Too, brother.
Let's do this.
I ain't got no more. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
For sure.
Right. I love you, man. Thank you very
too,
much.
bro.
And I wish you the best in everything that you do. And I'm here for it.
Likewise.
Can I give a little shout out?
Do it.
Yo.
Shout out to my man Mark. He came.
Mark the
I
protege.
had my anniversary episode last Friday. He came through, sat at the chair I'm sitting at, talked at the mic for idiots, and I appreciate you for chiming in, making us laugh, and laughing at us. It made us feel a lot funnier than we actually were. We had that alcohol flowing, but yeah, thank you. That was out of all.
Inside jokes.
But make sure y'all check that out on tap. Available.
I'll tell you
on
about that
platforms.
later.
That was a good one.
On tap.
On tap, y'all look up on tap, man.
Greatly
and real quick
appreciate
before we go,
On
man.
tap, on
Yo,
tap.
I forgot. Yo. Shout out to my boy James.
Stark
My bad, we got lost in conversation. Yo, if y'all can see this on the fucking webcam, damn, I fucking did that easily. But look. If y'all can see this on the webcam right now, Stark Nova, shout out James.
Nova, shout out.
Yeah.
Y'all can look him up on Facebook as James Bailey. That's his government name. And if y'all search him up on
Not the alcohol talking.
if y'all look him up on Instagram, Stark Nova. You know what I'm saying? He got this beautiful shirt on me. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. I'm yellow in this bitch. You know what I'm
He
saying?
put it
White
on
in
him,
this
too.
bitch. I look like a young honeycomb in this thing. You know what I'm talking about? All right, man. And we out of here. Shout out Kev D. Kev, where can they find you?
You can find me at anything Kevin X Durham. Anything, Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth. Kevin X Durham. Durham.
What's good, man?
Kevin.
100. And
Or type in Kevin Durham music, Kevin Durham hip hop, and I'll pop up somewhere. You'll get SoundCloud. You'll get something. Kevin Durham.
Or you could type in left, right.
that
race of green.
Oh yeah, and we didn't get into that, but it's fine. This is a solo artist interview, but he is on that song Left Right, which y'all may be familiar with, and he's on that shit as well. If y'all a fan of me, then y'all a fan of him. Yeah, man, you find him on that, and I'm Mark the Protege.
Mo CD.
Yeah, man.
DJ in front of that shit.
Yeah, man, and y'all be sure to check out the Overthinkers podcast. If y'all are a fan of Kevin, y'all hopped on this bitch. Y'all find us at the Overthinkers Pod on Instagram, the OT Pod on Twitter, and the Overthinkers podcast on Facebook. Give us a follow, fuck with us.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? And we out of here, man. It's all love on this side.
One love,
man.
Blessings,
Peace and positivity.
Abundance.
And feel free to DM me if you're going through some things, man.
Wealth.
100.
Wealth. Yes, sir.